Hello, and welcome again to another episode of Your Support Group Podcast, your home for your number one podcast that supports you and what you like to do. As always, it's Kenny, and it's working on a Sunday. Q!
What's that?
What's going on, Q? How was your week?
Child, I feel like I'm in some weird version of Pandora's box. Just somebody opened it and just stuff is just everywhere. I'm like, that dinosaur over there, is that Medusa? What else we got?
Yeah,
It's just too much going on. I'm just like, can we be chill? Can we calm down? Can we be relaxed?
I know for a fact how you feel. Like, I find myself more and more having to disconnect for a little bit and then regroup and then go back in because like it's bam, 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 bam. And it's like, I don't know if I said this previously out loud to anybody, but it's almost like they're just throwing a whole bunch of stuff up there and seeing what sticks. And then by the time you catch on to everything that they done, it's already too late. Or, got punched in the face so much that you don't even know you got hit the last 3 times. So, I mean, you rope-a-dope. And that's the way they're trying to do us right now. They're trying to rope-a-dope us because I've never seen nothing like this. And this is just it's just what, the second month? We
Look,
got another 3 years and how many months left? What?
as tired, boss. As tired. I'm mentally exhausted. Like, I don't even know. I can't, like, this is not sustainable. Not at this pace because we're trying to do a marathon and we are already out the gate with the most ridiculousness. Like, it wasn't even this bad the last time. Like, bring back 2020 him. Cause this new version, I told my husband, bring back the other version cause I can deal with that version. This version is just doing too much.
Right. But like I said, he's doing that purposely to keep everybody on pins and needles so they don't know what he's actually targeting at all times. And it's crazy, because I don't think a lot of people even pay attention to half of the stuff that he's already done, let alone the stuff that he's going to do or in the middle of doing. They're more worried about the mass firings, the IRS, Social Security, Department of Education, which I believe my child is going to be affected by, because she's currently in college. So, I mean, what do you do at this point? Then, I mean, you got him going up over there making a deal with a whole entire country without the country that is having the actual conflict sitting there at the table. So, I mean, it's just so much. So much.
It's too much. Too much.
Yeah. You work for the government yourself, right? Yeah.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're smoking that cigar weed. Not quite weed.
Child, when you know it, getting no weed.
All right. So now that Q is finished dying.
See, this is all part of the stress of my body's under.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't been able to sleep. I haven't been really able to eat. I feel knots in my stomach. It's just a whole lot of stuff going on. It's just too much. People I know that I work with no longer work with me. So it's been emotional because, like, I don't even think they understand, like, the level of PTSD. At some point, it feels like bullying because you mess with people's livelihood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just too much. It's a lot. Anyway,
You do your best to do a job correctly, and then you have some BS like this. I mean, even my wife is currently going through some stuff, and she don't work for the government. Very similar to, what's taking place in the world right now. So I just pray over everybody, that they find peace in this situation. I know it's kind of a hit in the mouth situation. You just get hit in the mouth, and then all of a sudden it's like, bam, like what just happened? Like, I had an employee terminated, not by me, but by somebody else. And I had to go outside because I got emotional. Like, I'm like, why is this happening? So I can relate. I can relate. Um, but since we here, let's talk about energy. And I'm not talking about Duke Power. I'm not talking about a fundamental entity of nature.
Uh,
I am talking about energy from people, energy that's put out there in the world. Energy, Nikola Tesla showed the world that energy was all around us and could be free. And JP Morgan, who was his biggest investor, why am I getting blurry? Come on, stop trying to make me blurry. JP Morgan, who was his biggest investor, was so invested in energy that he made it so Nikola Tesla looked like he was losing his mind and took his funding away. Neither here nor there. Energy is all around us. People put off certain kinds of energy. Every everything has every action has a reaction. That's energy. For example, if you push on the door, the other side is being pulled. That's energy. Why is my camera still going in and out? What's going on today? Come on. See the shininess of my face. There we go. All right. But yeah. So I've been around people who just give off a negative energy, completely negative energy. And they'll be upbeat and happy and everything like that. But as you listen to them talk, you say, damn, that don't line up with your actions. So yeah, we're gonna talk about energy today. Yeah, because I think it's a lot of negative and bad energy in the world, and I think that's kind of making it harder too. It's Black History Month. We don't need this mess. We need to get back to our "we shall overcome" mentality. But it's kind of hard, when you getting hit, and like I said, when you're getting hit in the mouth with so much stuff, it's kind of hard to balance yourself because your head is all wobbly.
yeah.
I know I try my best to look past. Like I said, I have to disconnect. I try my best to look past so much, but it's hard. You have to put yourself in the mindset that this too shall pass, because we've been through a lot. I mean, as Black folks, and that's just me speaking in general about Black people. We've been through so much that I'm afraid it's going to get to a point where we don't be offended by stuff. But at the same time, we have to keep that in our minds that we are overcomers. We are stronger. We've been through it. Yeah, everything is acting all crazy today. I guess that's energy.
A lot of energy out there. It's a lot of people I call energy drainers. You have good energy. This is why I did a post a long time ago that talks about protecting your energy, because there's a lot of people that see your energy and they
Your
want
mic
it.
is low. I can barely hear you. You're
Hear
going
me.
in and out.
We put it closer. I was like, a lot of
Here
people
we go.
see your energy. They see how people react around you, and they want some of that. They want to tap into it. But you have to be careful. You have to protect your energy, because people will drain the life out of you. Seriously. Like, if every time I call you, you got a whole hump story, it's like, yo, we all got problems. If I go to the house next door, I'm pretty sure they got a problem. If I go to the house across the street, I'm pretty sure they got a problem. Every time I talk to you, your conversation shouldn't be so ho hum, like you walking around here like Eeyore. Well, I got a job. I make 5 figures, but I wish I made 6. I got a Toyota, but I wish I had a Lexus. It's like, yo, be happy you got the Toyota, because somebody ain't got that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, a Toyota is a Lexus,
Right.
technically. I mean,
Technically.
it's just missing a couple of leather seats and,
It ain't the
you
fancy.
know,
It's not fancy enough
it's
for me.
not fancy.
You
No,
know?
but it gets you from point A to point B.
Point A to point B. And I ain't saying that you can't want something more, but I'm saying don't be the kind of person that's like always for every solution you find in a problem. It's like, come on. You ever met those kind of people? They'll tell you a problem, then you offer a solution, and then they constantly looking for excuses why your suggestion is not going to work. So what you call me for? Why you on my phone? Using up my minutes? What? What do you want? What did you call here for?
Right.
You're
Right.
exhausting. Get off my phone. Don't call back.
Yeah. Please. Please. I mean, transferable energy. I'm one of those people I screen calls. I can pretty much pick up on when you're coming with the BS. Like those memes. Like it's almost like my phone is dancing across the thing like, uh-oh. And they come with their bull. I look directly at my phone and I see what time it is. And I can think, what you doing right now? Where you at? Nah, I'll call them back in a little bit. Because 9 times out of 10, you about to call about some BS. Unless it's somebody that hasn't called me in a while. But a lot of times I look at the time and be like, aren't you supposed to be at work? Or aren't you at work right now? You about to call me with some BS.
Yeah.
So yeah, I automatically, screen those calls. I try my best to stay away from negative mind states. Even like, for example, me and you having a conversation and you start to bring up something negative, I'll just get quiet and I'll listen to you and then I'll give like some small opinion, but I'll try my best to keep it moving because I don't want to be triggered. I'm at a point in my life where I guess you can call me a grumpy old man because I'm easily triggered. I'm easily triggered. Like this is stupid. All this is stupid. All this is dumb. Like, why in the hell are we doing this? Why the hell are we going through this? Blah, blah, blah. But I keep my peace. I say, you know what? If it ain't positive, I'll just eat that and just keep my peace. Because what it's going to lead to is high blood pressure, hypertension. And I'm sorry. I don't think I look good in the casket. I'm not about to be stressed out. I speak my piece and let it be. That's it. We got this old saying in Negro relations called keep that energy. Yeah. Keep that energy. Keep that same energy. I wish we used it for more of a positive purpose instead of a way to be like, right, bet, keep that energy. Nah. When somebody do something good, I mean, we use it in sports in a sense, like, somebody go down there and be like, good, keep that energy. But other than that, in life, you see somebody doing good, getting a good job, graduating high school, good. Keep that same energy. Use it more in a positive space instead of a negative space because energy is transferable. If you be around a bunch of negative people, eventually you're going to become a negative person. Eventually you're going to start complaining just like them. Trust me, as somebody who always tries to have the positive outlook on stuff, when I was around negative people, eventually I started complaining about stuff just like them. I started sounding just like them. I started feeling just like them. And then I looked around one day and I was like, hold up. I'm starting the conversation with the negative energy just like them. So, you got to separate yourself. You got to surround yourself. What's the adage? Surround yourself with kings or people that's above you and you become just like them. That's what you got to do. If a person is on the up and up, they may not have everything that they want, but they on the up and they positive and they outlook on life is, trying to find, those are the people I gravitate to. I'm like, oh yeah, like, okay, I like that. And then every time I see them, I ask them about the positive stuff. Like, hey, you still doing X, Y, Z? That's what's up. Because that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Straight up. Straight up. Surround yourself with people. Like if you're trying to get to a certain place, in life. Because, it's laws of attraction.
Right.
And also, like, I still remember this conversation from watching Chris Rock's. He said, you can't be around a person that you're like not equally yoked with. So if that person's a crackhead, you got to be a crackhead too. If that person's born again, you got to be born again too. Because what's going to happen
Right.
is if you around a bunch of negative people, just like Kenny said, you're thinking that you're going to change them, but eventually they end up changing you.
Right.
And I'm not saying hanging around a bunch of delusional folks. Reality is reality. But I'm saying hang around the people that are trying. Because it's one thing to notice a problem, speak about the problem, and then do something about a problem. But it's one thing to sit around and be one of the people that just complain and point stuff out. Like, well, what is you doing? You saw the paper on the ground, but you didn't pick the paper up. The whole time you sit here complaining to me about the paper on the ground, you could have picked it up, threw it away, and we could have been talking about something else.
Exactly.
So shut up.
Q ain't lying about delusional people. Now, some people out here really damn delusional. I mean, we got them in the government, but they're overly. Sometimes it's not your benefit to be overly positive and look beyond the situation because you could be causing more harm to yourself than good. For example, when I was younger, I thought I had everything under control. I got a job, I'm working and everything. This is during when I was doing construction. I was making good money, paying my bills on time, doing everything I was supposed to do. And then winter. And we're talking about like not no normal winter. We're talking about like 3-4 feet of snow winter. So I couldn't work. But I was under the delusional impression that, these people knew my situation. They knew, when I signed up, for these cars and these apartments and these bills that, I was a construction worker. I ain't worried about that. I'll pay them when I get some money. We started back working. So one day I pulls in, parks the car. We just got paid. I say, yeah, let's go upstairs. I'm about to get dressed. We're going to go hang out. I send my roommate downstairs with the car keys. He comes back upstairs and says, hey, where did you park the car at? I said, oh, it's downstairs. I said, okay. On the backside. All right. He goes back down. He comes back up. He said, hey, car gone. I said, man, get the hell up out of here, man. Somebody done stole my car. I come flying down the stairs. I look up over there. I see 2 skid marks where my car done went out the parking space. I said, damn. That's when reality set in.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't ever let this happen again. I can't be so delusional and into my realm of things that, or be so positive on an outlook that I don't deal with reality. Reality was I needed to pay my car note. I needed to pay all my bills and make sure that I maintained my stuff. But the delusional part was that I thought because I made the money and these things I signed up for, these people knew I was doing construction, it was going to be all right once it warmed up. But, I mean, you live and you learn.
Definitely learned the lesson for that one.
Well, I was 357 hot too, boy. At first I was calling 911 and then I swear to you, I was on the phone calling 911 like, hey, hello? Yeah, somebody hold on. Hey, could you run a tag for me and see if this car's been repossessed? Yeah. But it happens. So, we gotta be honest with ourselves at the same time. Keep a positive outlook. I'm not saying, because after that, I didn't have a negative outlook. I just knew better. I learned from the lesson. So you can call that a lesson learned, but at the same time, I never been delusional to that point again, to where it's like, yo, I got to call these people. I got to let them know what's going on. Put some money in that account, take care of that, and just sit still after that. It never happened again after that. So, yeah. But, yeah, we're in 2025. It's a world where social media basically rules. Everybody knows everything, quote unquote. But the truth is, we're getting screwed. But at the same time, you got to keep a positive outlook. You got to keep that energy up and see it through. And what I mean by that is some of y'all need to run for office. I mean, Mitch McConnell said he about to sit his butt down.
As he should.
Can we get an applause for that?
As he should. He didn't work as much as he could and for as long as he could.
He ate Kentucky alive until there's nothing left. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd been in Fort Knox getting the goal out on the slide, like slow and steady. Oh no, that's Cecil Turtle. My bad. He slowly took the money. Thought he looked like Cecil Turtle from off of the cartoons.
He looked
Bugs
like
Bunny.
He looked like he need to go sat down. That's what he laid
like
on down. He need to go lay it on down.
Like he should have been sat down. I mean,
sat down.
He been around since what, segregation almost. So
yeah. And honestly, I'm gonna just put this out here, keep it a buck. Nobody need to be in Congress that long. I'm sorry. It should be like the military. Do your little 20 years. Go sit down somewhere. Go do something else. Go sit down. Go on vacation. Go play with your grandkids. Go be with your wife, your husband.
Well, in his case, his great grandkids.
Right. Like you didn't over surpass your time, sir.
I'm pretty sure he made millions while in office. So, I mean, it's nothing for him to go sit down. Ain't like he got to worry about a retirement like we do. Listen, I'm going to be clear about this. If I give it 12, 22. In 22 years, when I get ready to sit my butt down permanently, and I've worked all these years, and there's no money in the program, which takes no money to run. If that money is gone, then I'm coming to somebody's house. I'm knocking on the front door. You can call the police, but I'm putting me a nice little hot bed right there, and your maids or whatever is going to fix me a meal because, I mean, that whole thing with the Social Security Department is BS. Like, you shouldn't be in there. I'm sorry. It's no government funding in there. It's the people's money. Nobody gets that. Oh, we got to cut taxes. That don't have nothing to do with taxes. That's a whole separate entity. So I just want to be clear about that. And I'm saying that publicly so y'all can hear me. I want my money when I get ready to retire. That's it. And I'm keeping that same energy all the way to 67.
Facts. Run me my coins.
Indeed. Because, I mean, none of this make no sense. And talking from an energy standpoint, what you reap is what you sow. For every push, there's a pull. So you're gonna have to talk to the rooster, cause the chicken's gonna come home to roost. It is. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come right on back. But on the positive note, and this is the energy I want y'all to keep. If nobody told you today that they love you, we do. As always, go check out our website, www.ysgpodcast.com. And remember, just look away sometimes. Just turn it off, but stay informed the right way, not on Facebook. Facebook doesn't have right information. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, read for yourself. Read for yourself and see all that's being done to you. Anything to add, Q?
I just put a little cherry on top of that. That was perfect. Do your own research. That means look it up yourself. Read it with your own eyes, whether you got 2, 1, 4, and if you ain't got none, get somebody to read it for you. Get that little thing that reads it out loud, because there's all kind of speech-enabled stuff on these computers these days. How do I know? Because I was writing a story about a young lady who lost her vision, and she told me about it.
Yeah. I know a blind lady right now who posts on Facebook, comment under my stuff. Shout out to Ann Burris, and she's blind. Been blind since she was a teen, and is able to do everything, read for herself and everything, and actually host a radio show as well. So if she can read, you have no excuses. And with that said, peace out, and we'll see y'all next week.